Okay, so that was very interesting. So I just went to the credit union from my house. What is it? That's 19 miles, so it's in Cedar Park. Um, Interesting enough, in the middle of this heat wave, we finally are getting rain. Thank goodness for that. So temperatures are much more reasonable now. Anyway, that's not the point of this video, is it? Anyway, so coming out Lago Vista, everything's fine. Interestingly enough, my 1431 or FM 1431 flashing yellow light, it didn't label it as a traffic device or traffic control. It did slow down. It slowed down 20 miles an hour. 55, 50, is that right? 55 down to 35, yes. So it slowed down. It shouldn't have done that, but whatever. It did give a dump truck a chance to pass me. He desperately wanted to pass me, so he got his chance. So anyway, that at least it didn't label it, but it still slowed down. So what's the difference? Moving on from that, what else happened? Oh, so every car I passed was because I used the turn signal to pass. I am in chill mode. Right? I am in chill mode, but I'm not in minimal lane changes for current drive. So I don't know. But like I said before, maybe FM 1431 is kind of like, well, you'd be more, a little less aggressive here. Although the one truck I passed, he's going maybe 5 miles an hour up that hill. So there's a steep hill. When I was driving school buses, we called it the slow hill, because any heavy vehicle moves slow up that hill, right? I mean, I've only seen a few big trucks move up that hill fast. They must have been unloaded. So anyway, that's all fine. In Cedar Park, I was in the middle lane, following some slow traffic, and the car said it was changing to the right lane to follow the route. What's interesting about that is I'm a mile away from making a left turn. So with all the traffic there, I mean, if I'm driving, I would go to the inside lane. As soon as I find an opening, I'm going inside lane. I mean, it's just too much traffic for my taste. It's too much traffic. Anyway, whatever. Peace and harmony. Eventually, the car did move back into the middle lane, and so we got nothing out of being in the right lane. And as the traffic lightened up some, I went ahead and used turn signal to get in the left lane. So that's all good. That's all fine. When I got to the left turn, the rain was a bit heavy. So at first I didn't realize what the car was doing until I was like, oh, wait. So when the car turned, it turned into the left turn lane for the road that we're turning onto. Admittedly, there was a lot of water on the road, so it probably had problems recognizing it, but that was pretty scary. But there was no car there, so it wasn't a problem. Now the car behind me probably got mad because they started tailgating me from that point on. Anyway, whatever. If you're tailgating me and I'm about to make a left turn, you're gonna have to wait till I make my left turn. Sorry. Anyway, all that said, today was surprisingly good. Now, the one thing I'm doing is I'm resting my hand on the 3 and 9 positions, and with a little bit of weight, and that's to take away the nag. Although I got one nag, a blue light flash. But anyway, that was easy enough. So overall, yeah, this is pretty good. It's just those occasional things when it does stuff and you're going like, oh, oh. Or should I just say, oh my God? Because I did say that once. Okay, whatever. Peace and harmony. Did I mention the rain? All right, so in Cedar Park, there was some rain. In several places, FSD warned that either FSD or ARPA, I forget which one, may be degraded or is degraded. The funny part is, I'm following a Honda who's going like 41 miles an hour. So was it the cars going? Was Ego going slow, or was it the Honda in front of me that's causing the slowness? I don't know. I mean, obviously the Honda in front of me, he was going slow, so you couldn't go faster than him. But I'm not sure if I think that this car would have gone faster actually if that Honda hadn't been in front of me. Anyway, whatever. So a quick little stop at Walmart, hopefully to pick up some glass repair or windshield chip repair. Anyway, that's another story. It did a pretty good job driving over here, except for when it got to the ramp to exit off the highway to come up to Walmart. It got kind of confused and looked like it decided it was just going to go straight. Although the lanes were well marked, I don't know why he didn't see it. I don't know. I mean, he could have come up to the traffic light, turned right, and then turned right to come into the same place. But I interrupted him there just because I didn't want to wait for him. Whatever. Okay, so you found me at Best Buy in Cedar Park, I guess it is. Anyway, just off 620. So I had two disengagements. The first one was there was a guy who I'm come rolling up to a stoplight, so I'm going to stop, and he's already inched a third of the way into the lane, and by the time he was done, he was about halfway into the lane. So I rather than trust a car with it, because the car didn't give any indication that it knew what to do, so I braked. And then I let it disengage because the guy quickly threw, once the light turned green, quickly threw in his left turn signal. So I wanted to pass him. Yeah, it's a personal thing. Whatever. So anyway, FSD didn't learn anything for that one. I'm kind of guessing FSD would have stopped, but it probably would have stopped in a more emergency fashion. Okay, and the second disengagement. No, I wasn't engaged at that time. There was a Honda. Of course, it was a Honda. No, I hate Toyotas even worse. Anyway, there was a Honda. It felt like he wanted to turn right, but he wasn't moving, and the lane opened up, and I scooted over to go by him. Actually, I scooted over before the lane opened up, but whatever. It's common practice. And then at the last second, he must looked up and said, "Oh, there's a car coming up. I better get over to the right." And so I had to wait for him to figure out how to make a right turn. Like I said, of course, it was a Honda. So I didn't really get to re-engage FSD the rest of the way. But anyway, peace and harmony. It's all good. I don't know. The guy sped later on 620. The guy sped up, went by me, got in front of me as we're rolling up to a red light, left the inside lane open, so I got in the inside lane, and gave my car a little juice when the light turned green, and where'd he go? Yeah, he disappeared. Anyway, he did eventually catch up to me because I wasn't going the speed limit. I just don't know. I don't know where he was going, but he wasn't going where I was going. He was stuck behind me as I was making a right turn. Serves him right. Anyway, peace and harmony. Nothing on this leg that was FSD's fault. It's all me. I mean, I probably should have gave FSD a chance to stop for Mr. Minivan, but whatever. Peace and harmony. If FSD was going to brake, it would have braked late. I mean, braked late as in it was going to brake hard. But anyway, life goes on. Home again, chickadee jog. This is from Best Buy out to my house. 21 miles, actually. average energy was down to 232 watt hours per mile. So there were 3 interruptions. So, oh shoot, I'm forgetting them. So one was at the infamous flashing yellow traffic light, which is not a traffic light. It was stopping. So this is westbound. Yesterday it didn't feel an interruption. Today it did, which goes to show if it's seen the light clearly, it would have interrupted yesterday. So coming out of Jonestown, I signaled to switch to the inside lane to go by a pickup truck pulling a trailer. He might even had a bobcat in the back of it. Whatever, the car was scooching over, as people like to call it. So anyway, it was scooching over. It scooched over so far. So there was in this particular curve, there was an area where it just has yellow stripes, so you're not supposed to go in there. The car scooched over into that, and I'm guessing there was gravel in there, because all of a sudden the car just kind of started sliding a little bit to the left on the back end. So I interrupted to pull it back into lane. I don't know why I have to pull the car into lane. I mean, there's no reason for it. I know some people are really excited about scooching over, but when you're scooching over into the other lane, that's not safe. And on 11.3.6, I'm doing that. Every once in a while, it'll scooch. Yeah, sure, I'll scooch over. It's scooching over. It's hitting the bumps on the lane divider. You know, and sometimes even past that. Oh man. Okay. So gravel spin out. The infamous flashing yellow lights that are interpreted as traffic light, and coming down Loman Ford, coming up to Duval. So it had flashed to change lanes before, and I canceled it. So this time, I guess it got fed up, and it was going to go a little bit faster this time. So it turned on turn signal, and almost immediately it's going right. Okay. When we were going right, we were about 200 feet from the point where that outside lane of Loman Ford must turn right. Why do you want to be in a right turn only lane? Although I've seen other tests, I've seen where it does that, whatever, peace and harmony. So anyway, I interrupted it there. So in the famous, it was supposed to be a 30 mile per hour zone, even though all the signs say it's 40. It was really, now I was following some slower traffic. I didn't think I was already doing 30, but the change to 30 was so smooth, you didn't even feel it. So we're halfway through that 30 zone before you start realizing. Now I've seen it, but before I felt it, before I felt the slowdown, it was like, wait, we're going a lot slower all of a sudden. I don't know, whatever. Peace and harmony. I mean, it's not very long. It's 200, 250 feet. It's just odd that the car interprets it. Although, thinking back on it, I think at one time there was a 30 mile per hour sign up there, specifically because of that blind intersection. Because those people, I mean, they live on a road that's outside of the city limits, so the road is not proper. It's really intended as a ranch road. I mean, when I say ranch road, I mean like on a ranch, because it has a cattle guard when you come up. I don't know why, and they don't have cattle in there, I don't think, but whatever, peace and harmony. You know, I think today, most of the time, it was pretty good. the drive back from Best Buy, most all of it was really good. If you could just avoid scrunching over from a pickup into the opposite lane or into gravel, I mean, like I said, people make a big deal about, oh, look, the car can do that now. Why? When you're driving down the road, anyway, whatever. I may scoot you over a little bit, but not into the opposite lane. No way. Not onto the bumps, not into gravel. That's dangerous. And you know, that flashing yellow, I bet if you looked at the priority list of the FSD team, it's way down there. And Ray complains on FM 1431 in Jonestown, Texas. It treats this flashing yellow as a red light. We're not going to do anything about it, right? It's way down in their priority list of things to fix, obvious. And along with that 30 mile per hour zone, like I said, I think there was at one time, maybe there was a sign there. It's not there now. Whatever, peace and harmony. For a vision only system, I don't get why it's confused on that. Peace and harmony. Anyway, where was it going? I think I was saying a B plus. I really don't like the scooching thing, and dropping 20 miles per hour on a 55 mile per hour highway is not really a good idea. Oh, I forgot to mention. So, so there was this red ID4. I don't know. So, if you don't know FSD autopilot, they tend to slow down when they're going around a curve. So, going around one of the curves that goes uphill, the car is slowing down. It's dropping 5 miles per hour, maybe 7. I forgot exactly. Anyway, so there was an ID4 that was kind of like coming up. He's going a mile per hour too slower than me most of the time, but whenever the car does this thing, I mean, he's catching up, and he's in this case, he was in the process of passing me. As soon as Grandpa straightened out, Ego said, "Let's go." And so all of a sudden, I'm taking off from this guy. It was kind of weird. There wasn't a reason for it. It's just the car made it look like I was road racing this guy, and I wasn't. But I look like a jerk. Thanks, Elon. Anyway, peace and harmony. I hope Mr. ID4 didn't get bent out of shape. He looked pretty chill himself, so I think we're okay. But it's just kind of funny that the car did that. But I mean, that's normal behavior for this car. Anyway, peace and harmony. Like I said, today's probably like a B plus.